nothing has come easy for Han Tran.
I came to America when I was 19.
After immigrating from Vietnam, she worked 3 jobs, 7 days a week, to provide for her family.
I go pick strawberry, I go doing dishes, and later on I waitressing. 3 jobs. I go one job to the other job.
Han raised 3 children, all while saving for the future. She invested in a small strip mall roughly 7 years ago. Sounds like you poured everything you had into this building.
Yes.
The building on Southeast Clackamas Road is home to a hair and nail salon, a Thai restaurant, and tattoo parlor. All small business owners?
Yes.
All longtime clients?
Yes. They've been here before me.
The building didn't seem to have any problems until a few weeks ago, when Han got a demand letter from a Portland attorney claiming the property was in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA, although it didn't specify what needed to be fixed. Any customers ever come in complaining about it?
No.
Nobody expressed concern?
No.
The attorney proposed a settlement agreement. The lawyer wouldn't sue if Han agreed to make repairs, bring the property into compliance, and pay attorney's fees. But she had to act fast.
We need to fix it within 2 weeks.
Han hired a contractor to restripe the parking lot and install the required van-accessible parking signs. So you've made the fixes within days?
Yes, 6 days.
Within 6 days,
Yes.
these fixes were made?
Yes.
Despite the improvements, the attorney, Jessica Molligan, still filed a lawsuit, leaving Han scared and confused.
We don't know the law, so it's like the whole family. We worry.
In May, a KGW investigation found this same Portland lawyer, Jessica Molligan, and another lawyer, David Foster, had sued more than 3 dozen businesses in the Portland area since September. These convenience stores, restaurants, and gas stations are accused of violating some technical aspects of the ADA. In many cases, the owners said they were willing to make the fix. They just didn't like the lawyer's tactics, threatening litigation and demanding attorney's fees, typically around $10,000 per case.
I mean, it seems like, it's extortion. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Since our original reporting, we've heard from at least a dozen other business owners who have received near identical demand letters and lawsuits. And from those responses, something stood out.
We believe that they came after our businesses and are targeting the minority community, specifically Asians, because many of the business owners and property owners are first generation. Language is a barrier, and they have a tendency to not resist and just settle. They're easy targets.
Of the now 47 ADA lawsuits filed by attorneys Jessica Molligan and David Foster, 22 of them, almost half, involved Asian-owned businesses.
Statistics don't lie, right? It's disproportionate.
And those are the cases we're aware of. Many small businesses said they were told to keep things secret, and court records prove it. This settlement agreement with Jessica Molligan shows that details about terms, conditions, and payments are to remain strictly confidential. The secret paperwork only became public after Molligan sued an Asian-owned business that didn't pay her $6,000 in attorney's fees. In response to our emails, attorney Jessica Molligan wrote, "Asian businesses are not being targeted. That is beyond offensive." The other lawyer, David Foster, said he's withdrawing from the ADA cases. "I'm no longer acting as counsel." Foster went on to explain that he'd been hired as local counsel by an out-of-state firm, Wampler, Carroll, Wilson, and Sanderson. So why would a Tennessee law firm want to pursue ADA cases in Oregon? The law firm didn't respond.
Lawyers look bad enough, and I think it makes us look even worse, unfortunately.
Consumer advocate attorney Michael Fuller agreed to help Han for free, and the case was eventually dropped. But not everybody has the same legal muscle to push back, especially small Asian-owned businesses.
Like, we're easy targets.
Han's daughter, Sarah.
I'm very heartbroken by this because my mom is such a hardworking person, and the other people in the community are hardworking people too, and immigrants, we're the backbone of the community.
We don't know if Asian-owned businesses are indeed being targeted, or if it's just coincidence. But either way, court records suggest a segment of the community is being disproportionately impacted by threatening letters and lawsuits, then in many cases told to stay silent about it.
Kyle joins me now, and this certainly seems nasty, but is it illegal?
Not illegal so far as we can tell. Ethical? Different question there. That's part of the challenge here is, as far as the ADA is concerned, there's no government office set up to monitor and enforce the ADA. Instead, it's up to people with disabilities, their lawyers, and the judges to enforce the ADA. In talking to the businesses, they're really challenged here because they just don't like the approach. Attorneys coming in and threatening them with demand letters, litigation, attorney's fees. They say, listen, if these people were just to come forward and say, listen, please make the changes, they'd be willing to do it.
Yeah, it's a matter of, do you really want the change or do you want the hammer and the change? Yeah. All right, so one of the lawyers dropped out probably because of your publicity. Good job. What about the other one?
The other attorney, Jessica Molligan, she's now handling all of these ADA cases, and she's still actively pursuing them. I checked this week. She has filed additional cases as of this week. So she's still very busy.
And what about the Tennessee law firm? How's that connected?
That is a big question. And that's a new development that we uncovered during the course of our reporting over the past few weeks. We really don't know what role they're playing. One of the attorneys, David Foster, said, listen, they hired me as legal counsel, local representation in these cases. They made all the decisions. He didn't elaborate beyond that, but it really does raise some serious questions about the role this Tennessee firm is playing in these ADA cases in Oregon.
And I wonder if this is a national thing they're doing as well.
We're going to keep digging because I think there's a lot more to peel back here.
Well, and if somebody out there knows these answers, contact Kyle. Thanks, Kyle. Good stuff. All right, so what do you think about all this? Is it a money grab by the attorneys, or do you believe they're actually fighting for Americans with disabilities by going after these businesses? Email us, will you? The address is thestory@kgw.com, or call and leave a voicemail, 503-226-5090.